Okay, aloha everyone. I'm Brittany. I'm really excited to be here today and be able to introduce to you Satori Family Wellness. We have Annette, Lori, and Chiami. Amazing family. I've known them for about 6 years now, and they've helped in unimaginable ways my family and myself with everything from physical, mental, emotional, spiritual challenges that we've had over the years, helped us to really maintain our positive outlook and just from everything from relationships, finances, all of the things. So I'm honored to have them here today. They have a wealth of knowledge and wisdom, super compassionate, amazing, beautiful family. So I'd like to welcome them now.
Thank you. Aloha, everyone. We'll be watching this recording. I'm Laurie. This is my mother, Annette, and this is my sister, Chemi. And as Brittany mentioned, thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. We make up Satori Family Wellness Center, and we have been raised here, born and raised here on Maui, and we have always loved our community and beyond, and have dedicated our lives and our business here to help to serve others. And by service, we mean to make others happier, healthier, more empowered, and enlightened. So we hope that this presentation can touch upon these areas for you and that you will leave the session feeling a bit better. And so I will start off the session today. And we have on our agenda today just a check-in of how you are doing. And then we're going to talk about setting a restorative baseline. And we've been here for previous sessions, so I'll just review what we covered in that session. But this is a continuation, and we will be wanting to dedicate most of the time to allow you to really experience and feel some stress management strategies. And so Shemi will lead us through some movement practices. She is an occupational therapist. She works in the hospital. And so she incorporates many of these techniques and tools to help her maintain her positivity and her health and stamina to work in that setting. And then my mother, Annette, is a retired teacher, but she continued to inspire and teach many others. She is a teacher, a master teacher with the Tao Academy. And at 85 years young, she continues to host sessions, do Zoom workshops and other classes to really inspire not only seniors, but those of all ages. So we're very grateful that my mom is here with us today. Proud of her, and we're inspired to be like her at her age. And then I'll lead you to a short love, peace, and harmony meditation. By profession, I am a licensed psychologist, and I practice here in Maui. And I love doing certain meditations and sharing some information so people can live happier and healthier, less stressful lives. And we will share some self-care resources and some next steps so you can continue your stress management or your rest and relaxation restoration journey. So thank you all for being here. And so let me just have you start by just closing your eyes. Let's just take a scan. A lot of people will think of this as a body scan. So you can just check in from head to toe, just noticing how you are feeling. And I like to look at these monitoring gauges to let us know where we are. Because in our last session, we talked about, in terms of helping your stress reduction, awareness is key. So just notice, just today, this past week, how have your thoughts been? Have they been more positive? optimistic, or maybe more negative or cynical, or feeling like what we said, stressed. Notice your emotions. Have they been more peaceful and happy? Or have you been feeling maybe overwhelmed or sad or, upset? And we are not judging anything that we are checking in with. We're just noticing it, because as we notice it, we can then do something about it. Okay, so without awareness, we probably will go at a pace that might not be helpful. The third gauge that I like to look at is our bodily symptoms or sensations. Are you feeling pretty comfortable and pain-free? Or maybe feeling a bit heavy, maybe I'm tired, fatigued. Maybe you might have some pain or tension, discomfort. Some of us may have an exacerbation of pre-existing conditions or symptoms that we may have, such as headaches or maybe rashes. I know for me, I feel like my lips are like cold sores developing when I get into a stress state. That's my body telling me, hey, I need to slow down. So we may also notice our body. And the fourth category is actions and behaviors. And this allows us to just reflect upon how we have been doing. Have we been loving and kind, maybe helpful, generous, feeling like we're moving towards our goals, or perhaps maybe resistant, or we maybe are curt to our family member, or felt too busy to help someone that has asked, or we felt they have needed help. Maybe not even noticing. I notice in behaviors that sometimes we get forgetful. Things that you normally do, all of a sudden you forget. For me, that's a sign up. I think I am maybe too much on my plate. So these are some of the ways that you can check in. And as I mentioned, we are not judging ourselves. We're just noticing and actually acknowledging it, accepting, because this means that we need to pay attention to our self-care. And so you can give yourself a number from 0 to 10, just noticing where you are. You can do a general number as to your maybe distress level. And again, this is just where you are right now. So hopefully at the end of our session today, the end of the hour, you might notice a little shift for you. I'm just going to allow you just to relax and maybe have a number in your mind. You don't have to share it right now, or if you want to share it in the chat, I think this may be posted also, on our YouTube channel. So who are watching can also respond. And just notice the areas if you are feeling it physically too, where you might be feeling it in your body. And notice again at the end of the hour how you might be feeling. And so just take a nice breath in and exhale, relax, maybe a little longer than the inhalation. Inhale and exhale, just relax. And you can open your eyes, and as we go through the presentation, getting in the information, you can also check in to see how your body responds, what seems to speak to you. So the last time we talked about stress, I gave a description about stress, but the highlights are basically to know that the difference between stressors and our stress response. Okay? Stressors are experiences that trigger a stress reaction, and it could be people, places, and events. And actually, everyone will experience these stressors because life happens, as we know, things come one after the other. And so it's not about avoiding stressors, because that naturally comes, but it is how we manage our stress response, right? And this refers to the physiological and psychological changes that can happen within your body as a result of stress. And when the stress response is turned on, our bodies may release substances like adrenaline and cortisol that can increase our heart rate, our blood pressure, and provide actually boosting energy levels, because stress is like we feel a threat and our bodies are ready for action. Okay, so what we talked about in the last session too is that it's okay to have that stress response. And if you are having it, we call it the positive or hormetic stress, we have this moderately intense phase of stress, but we need to also have the opportunity to calm down and restore, because that will develop resilience in us. It's kind of like those of you who might do training, intensive, like interval training, you sprint and then you relax, sprint and relax. So athletes might be familiar with that stress response and use it to their benefit to develop more strength and resilience. And so today I wanted to maybe talk more about the mind states. So here is a chart. This is, I'm using Dr. Alyssa Eppel's work. She is known as a stress scientist out of, I think, UCSF. And she and colleagues do a lot of research on stress and also like longevity with the telomeres and so forth. And so they have developed this chart. As you notice, there's a red, yellow, green, and the blue mindsets or mind states. And usually if we're in the acute stress, we're in that red state. Our bodies are always like going. It's on alert. We're producing those chemicals. And if we are all on that state for prolonged periods of time, because maybe our situations or circumstances, our bodies do not have that opportunity to rest, relax, and restore. Okay. Most of us, they say, are actually on the yellow mind. So we might not be in acute, but we have this, what they call cognitive load. Let me share. So as I mentioned, the red state is the red alert. Okay, healthy if it's short-lived, but it means that we prioritize creating energy over anything else. Okay, so we're ready to run. So that's like the fight, flight type of syndrome, and we're going. But it's not helpful for prolonged periods of time. Okay, the yellow mind state is what most of us have on a typical day. This is a cognitive load baseline. Okay, it's lower than the red state, but it's still quite high. Okay, so it's, for example, like we're getting done with work. Okay, we want to decompress, but we're still thinking about work. We still have to do things for our family and all of these things. There's so many things on our mind, right? Just the daily life that we live. And so we might not even be aware that we're having stressful thoughts, but we might be unconsciously feeling like we have to do something or feeling unsafe. Okay. And so, especially if one is feeling lonely, or there's certain groups that it's a higher risk, or that tend to exhibit higher, higher cognitive load levels that you might want to be aware of, so we can do something about it. Okay. And also they talk about the overstimulation, like negative information from screens. A lot of times now we always have a phone in our hand or on the screen. So that also gives us a lot of information. It also impacts our body. We're doing a lot of things, doing the phone and talking to our children, or trying to get a task done, but still like looking and checking in on something. So that's a lot. Where we want to go to is the green mind and the blue mind. So the green mind is a mind of rest. So this is a more pleasant state of relaxation, like leisure activities. I apologize for the typo. Activities that we enjoy. It can be called the flow state. And this is like being in this receptive state where we are enjoying nature and beauty and art. And behind me, I have this beautiful art of Tao Calligraphy, a calligraphy with positive messages that we will get to soon. But these are things that can help us move our baseline lower. Okay, so we want to feel this ease and safety. It activates the vagus or vagus nerve. It helps us to recover from stress more quickly. Okay? And the more time that we can spend in this state of rest or deep rest, the more we are training our nervous system to more restorative modes where our cells can restore and reproduce in a healthy ways. Okay, we want that type of restoration process, cell regeneration. Okay, and the blue mind state is the best state for that. Okay, it's a deep state of restoration cultivated by changing our environment from stimulation to one of quiet and safety. Because if we're not feeling safe, our body will still be quite vigilant. And this can be done with like deeply relaxing activities such as mind-body practices, meditation that hopefully you get to experience at the end of our session today, and also deep sleep, right? So those of you with sleeping challenges, it's really important to kind of pay attention to those so you can get that space that you can restore your body. Okay. And so just to recap, what we're wanting to do is reset our baseline state. So after feeling that stress, which can be helpful, can develop resilience, we want to relax back to our baseline, okay? And for many of us, it's too high. It's on the cognitive load, so it might not be as helpful as if we relax to a green or blue mode, right? And that, so we need to reset our baseline lower so that when we come down from our stress response, we can truly recover and restore. So this is really what we are trying to work and educate people on. Okay, so this is just a recap of that. Green mind, blue mind, we want to spend more time in those states, have that be our best baseline that we come down to, because we want to train our nervous system to live in a more restorative mode, which also they found links to like longevity. And just, I wanted to share this, the importance is that there was a research that Dr. Epple and her colleagues did, and it was very interesting that there's a control group and a treatment group, and they both stayed at the same luxury resort. Okay, so we are on Maui, many people come to be at the luxury resort. And the treatment group stayed at the resort, but they also practiced mantras, meditation, yoga, self-reflective exercises. And they found that immediately after the week, that both groups actually improved, okay, in vitality. They had a decrease in stress and depression. However, after a 1-year follow-up, it was only the control group that returned to baseline levels of lower levels of stress and depression. Whereas the control group, the one just had like relaxing on the beach, swimming, they went back up to their usual baseline. So it was like almost like that, the benefits of that were kind of wiped out a bit. So really having that training to train our bodies to go to a lower baseline is helpful. And they really found that even a little short training in like meditation, mindfulness can be very valuable. So hopefully those of you who are joining today or watching today will get some of that. So even this could be helpful. So last time we talked about these techniques, the top-down strategies, body up and changing up the scene. And so we will focus today on basically some body strategies because we find that people need more movement. So Chemi will lead us through some exercises and then some Tao Calligraphy Tai Chi that is probably new to many of you. And my mother will lead that up. And then I will return back to kind of with some mindfulness type of activities to end our session. So we'll have Chemi come on right now. Let me just stop. Hello and welcome. Thank you everyone for joining. So wonderful to be with all of you, and I'm so excited to be here. As Laurie mentioned, by profession, I'm an occupational therapist, and really for what I do every day when we see people that come in to the hospital or patients, we help them to do all of their everyday tasks that we take for granted. If we may have an injury or an illness, it's a lot harder for us to do just the basic, simple tasks, even brushing your teeth or combing your hair, feeding yourself, breathing, so going to the bathroom. So I love what I do because I really get to see like progress as we start moving, as we start getting them out of bed, as we incorporate different types of techniques. And one of the things that we've learned, and of course, evidence-based, is that everybody does need to move. And in this day and age, a lot of times we live more sedentary lives. We're on the computers a lot. So it adds to like our whole physical body stress sometimes. Sometimes too, when you're doing too much exercise, like I used to see a lot of people in outpatient therapies that did more repetitive types of work, and then they would just put too much stress on their bodies as well, physically. So it's kind of finding that balance. And one of the things that you can do, first of all, as Laurie had mentioned, is that when we can relax our mind, relax our heart, and really relax our body, that really helps to balance out really how we're feeling overall. And when we start with any type of exercise, of course, you always want to consult with your healthcare professional or your provider to make sure that those exercises are appropriate for you. So one of the things that we love to do when we first start off is breathing. Breathing is so important. When you have better oxygenation, of course, better circulation. It also helps to, again, decrease your blood pressure, helps to, again, just allow you to relax the tension in your muscles. And when you're starting to do any types of exercise, it actually helps to make you feel better about yourself because you're doing something that's good for you, as well as just releasing chemically in your body, serotonin, your hormones, like their good feeling hormones start to kick in. So this is really important to remember, to give that time for yourself. And you can do it anywhere. So we're going to do some de-stressing types of exercises that you can do anywhere. Believe me, this week I was kind of in a stressful situation that was new to me. I was first time in my whole life, my 50-something years, being in a jury pool. And it was very interesting because I didn't know what to expect, but it was quite nerve-wracking. So you're sitting there for a long period of time, just sitting in one place and in the cold room. So I had to learn to de-stress. One of the best things to do is practice the breathing and relax your mind. And as you do that, one of the ways to incorporate your lower abdominal breathing is to put one hand on your lower abdomen, one hand kind of in front of your heart area. And when you breathe, think about first how you're breathing. Are you breathing from your upper chest, your accessory muscles? Or are you bringing your breath down into your lower abdomen? So take a regular breath. You can close your eyes and just concentrate a little bit on your lower abdomen. See if you're moving your top hand or your bottom hand. So close your eyes again, breathe. Which hand is moving more when you're breathing? If it's your top hand, then you want to actually take more time to relax your breath. And again, just a natural breath into your lower abdomen. So as you inhale, your lower abdomen or your lower hand will start to move a little bit. And again, it's not a big movement. When I'm saying breathing in, that lower hand moves, but my top hand isn't moving. So I know we may have practiced this at the last session, but this is always good to come back to because we hold a lot of our tension and our stress in our traps or our shoulders, our neck. So as we are breathing, we're going to take 3 more breaths. Breathing in, bring that breath down into your lower abdomen. And take a moment to connect to that breath. And you can incorporate as well that positive message, or like a light, and visualize the sun expanding in your lower abdomen. This also helps to ground you. So if there's a time when you're feeling a little stressed and you need time to allow your mind to reset, allow your body to be more grounded, you breathe in and exhale. So this is really the basis of when you're doing your exercise, whether it be any modality that you use, like yoga or Tai Chi or any type of martial arts that you're doing, even when you're doing your weight training or running, walking, you want to incorporate the lower abdominal breathing. 2 more, inhale. And as you're doing it, I don't think you can hear it, but we have an instrumental of love, peace, and harmony playing. So you can also incorporate that into any type of, time for yourself, even if you have 1 or 2 minutes to listen to something that helps you to relax and let your mind be clear and not have to be thinking so hard. So allow your breath again. See if you can expand your lower abdomen and relax. And take a moment to see how your body is feeling. And as you're breathing in, relax your shoulders and see how they feel. One of the other things that you can do is like an isometric contraction and see how the tension is in your body. First of all, you always want to make sure your posture, you're pulling your belly button into your spine to support your back as you do any exercise. You don't want to really put your pelvis too back and be in a forward flexed position, or too arched in your back. So it could add too much stress to your lower back. So if you can put your pelvis more in a neutral position, if you can get your feet flat on the floor, so you may need to back away from the back of the chair so that you can get your feet flat on the floor. If that's not possible and you do need to, lean back, maybe having a cushion behind you, supporting your lower back can also help you with these types of exercises. You can also do it standing, but if you do any exercise standing, make sure you keep your feet shoulder width apart and then your knees slightly bent, just to help your posture. So let's connect to our bodies, and we're going to do what we call a contract, relax, or we're going to tense up our muscles and then just let it go. So we're going to start, close your eyes pretty tight, and then just relax. 1 more time, close your eyes, kind of relax, tighten, and then relax. And your mouth, you can pucker it up and relax. Make sure you're breathing throughout all the exercises. And relax. And then try to tense up your shoulders. You're going to just gently squeeze your shoulder blades back a little bit. Kind of tighten your muscles on your upper. Don't hold your breath. Inhale. Tighten and relax. Just when you relax, just let all of that tension release. Inhale again. Tighten a little. And then just relax your muscles. With your hands, you're going to squeeze your hands together and then relax all your feet. 1 more time. Squeeze and relax. Our body is really like a pump. So when we do this too, we're actually allowing the blood to flow more. Good. So if there's any kind of swelling in your fingers, that may be from any type also of stress or not so good circulation, this is a good one to just do. Relaxing your hands, relax. Bringing it back down. This time I'm going to have you tense up. If you can hold the bottom of your chair, or you could sit on top of your hands a little bit, whatever you feel most comfortable. If that's not possible, just like reach down towards the ground. So we're going to just tighten Tighten your upper body, breathing in, and then just relax a bit. Again, tighten, contract, isometric fold, breathe, and relax. And then this time you're gonna tighten your butt muscles, tighten, one more time, tighten. And this way you get to kind of know where in your body you may be holding tension. It's a good chance for you to just kind of relax and then stretch out with certain movements. Even in your legs, if you want to put one leg forward, you can just gently stretch forward. And if you've been in one position for too long period of time, you always want to change position so that you can increase the circulation, release pressure on the different parts of your body. So every 20, 30 minutes is a good time to just even do 1 minute or 30 seconds of change in movement. Come back up, and as you're coming back up, think about rolling your shoulders back. We do have a lot of different muscles in our shoulders, our neck, and this is one way also, if you study traditional Chinese medicine, we have a lot of meridians here in our shoulder area. And also we have our brachial plexus where all the nerves pass through. So go backwards, because a lot of times we hold our tension in our forward muscles, our muscles that we use for everyday tasks. So this can help you to prepare as you get ready for the day. You can be doing it if you're driving for a long period of time and you're at the stop sign, although still stay pretty alert. So you're gonna relax and breathe into your whole being. Allow your whole body to feel nice and warm. And as you're connecting, now you're gonna go ear to shoulder. So not shoulder to ear, but you wanna bring your ear to your shoulder as much as you can. Sometimes you can also put a little bit of pressure on the opposite shoulder or your clavicle area, and then gently look up. This has been one of my favorite stretches. And as you do that, you're just stretching out all of your upper traps, the muscles in your neck. Breathing in, coming back to center. Always come back to center, see how your posture is. And you're gonna go opposite side, ears folding. For me, I like to just kind of, if you put your hand right on your skin, it has a little bit more tension. So as you look up towards the ceiling, you get a little bit more of a stretch. Whenever you're doing any stretch, make sure you only go to the point of your comfort level, never when it's painful. And as you're incorporating that breathing, see how your body just relaxes, comes back down. As we're connecting now, we're just gonna shift our body weight. Just see how your whole body is feeling, letting go of all of that tension. And we're gonna end with one gentle trunk rotation stretch. A lot of times you don't realize we hold a lot of tension there. So again, anytime you're just doing any movement, give love to your body. Tell your body thank you for all that it does for you every day. Many times we don't realize until we have an injury how blessed we are to have those movements, simple movements that we take for granted. So that's also another thing to help relieve stress, is having that, we say, attitude of gratitude, no matter what our body may be going through. Many times when I see people in the hospital, of course, it's quite traumatic and people are going through so much. But when we can actually say and learn from our experience and do the motions, even if someone may not be able to use one side of their arm or their legs, I always say, give it love, and then we work on it. So there's always that potential to get stronger and better in any situation. And so as we are connecting, we're going to now warm up our bodies a little bit because we're going to do some Tai Chi Tao Calligraphy. For many of you, this is quite new. But again, Tai Chi is a wonderful form of movement. It's actually by the CDC. It's one of the top exercises and forms of movement that actually can help to prevent falls, increase flexibility, help to, again, promote good health, wellness, as well as balance and longevity. So we're going to start. I think Laurie has a slide here. It's my mom here. We're going to go through the basis of your posture when you're doing any type of Tai Chi movements or physical movements. When you're standing, we're going to keep your feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. Just make sure that you're nice and tall, keeping your head and neck your spine. When you're doing your movement, you're actually focusing on your lower abdomen. So you want to guide the movements from your lower abdomen. Okay, so there's a point called the lower dantian. It's an energy foundation center. You know traditional Chinese medicine. It's about the size of your knuckle of your thumb. That's a sun unit of measurement. So everybody's different because our size of our thumb is different. So it's different in everybody. But 1.5 sun down below your navel, your belly button, 2.5 inside. There's a fist-sized energy center that's really a really great area to focus on. And you're just going to visualize that there's like light there or the sun. Okay. So as you're moving, and you're just going to follow along as Mom will show you as well the pathway of the Tao Calligraphy. We're just shifting our weight side to side, moving from our lower abdomen. It's almost like you're holding a ball in front of you, and moving that as you are tracing the pathways that we will introduce to you. Okay, if you are not comfortable standing up, you can also do it sitting. Sitting again, if you keep your back straight, you can use your 5 fingers, which when you put your 5 fingers together, it connects you to all of the 5 elements, which is also another traditional Chinese medicine. Yes. Okay. Or again, you could still move this way if you're sitting. Okay. So we're gonna teach you the different calligraphies that we have. So this calligraphy is Shang-Ai. In Mandarin, Shang-Ai means love. So all 3 together means love, peace, and harmony. That's also what we're saying. We're incorporating all of the positive messages from this calligraphy, and then that actually helps you transform or change that interference of any negative information or messages. So Shang-Ai, you're going to follow along the pathway that the mom is guiding you through with a pointer. You follow that movement pattern, and you can also visualize that that is turning to this beautiful path of golden light. So that Shang-Ai, no. Then we're going to come to ping on peace. So again, you're slower. So, you want to say again slow? Yeah. Okay. This is what it's on. I'll follow with her. Shang. Up. So that way too, you can see the shift as we're coming through. This is right apart. As you're moving, peace. Are you following with the intention? I'm still kind of up here. A little slower, slow. Over going. So you know, as you're shifting your weights. If you're using your fingers, then you can move with the arms a little bit more. But you always want to try to keep your focus on your lower abdomen, but being more grounded and more shifting your bending. Yeah. And shifting your weights. If you're going to back this way. So you see how we're doing the tension, it really kind of as you go slow. And as you're breathing, so it's nice balance because you're kind of going up and down. Call that like a yin yang balance, having that balance as you're moving, as you're just breathing in. And as you end, you are nice and solid, so you have that foundation. Hush it, harmony. So you're gonna follow the pathway again. So down. Breathing in and you're doing the tracing. And as you go slow, it increase that stability. And sometimes it is harder to go slow. Control that. Slower you go, the more stability. One more time. Feel that movement, that message, love, and harmony. Feel that message in your whole body. Again. Run this love again. And it's love, love, love. You see? And when you are tracing, you do want to trace all the way to the end. Even if someone else in front of you might be faster, you trace all the way to the end. You keep that connection all the way. Heart, center, yes. And then just kind of connect, breathing in. Everything. How are you guys feeling? Okay, tell me that. Yeah, so I love Tai Chi, also different, kinds of techniques like Laura teaches about writing is so exciting. So learn actually how to write it. So that's also another different type of and very amazing to be able to write it, and then also because that's like a meditation as well, because we kind of do the pathway. So we usually start with the tracing, and then that can lead to like the writing and other ways of increasing foundation, helping us to increase that flexibility as we're doing this balance on our whole life. Helps just really distress us. Thank you, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Are looking at space on the calligraphy of a word. So when we're doing Tao Calligraphy, when we're doing the Tai Chi calligraphy, yes. Yeah. There's other types of Tai Chi movement that you can learn, and they have different forms. They usually get sequence. Yeah. But I teach you really the Tao Calligraphy. Really is incorporating that message, that positive information when you are tracing into all of your whole body from head to toe. Yeah. There's other, yeah. So there's many different messages or pathways that
regards to calligraphy that we learned the 10 different types of qualities that we want to really be like greatest love, the greatest forgiveness, greatest action, all of those types of qualities. And then when you're tracing that, that's what we do. That's what we want to embody in our whole.
Thank you, Cherry. And thank you everyone for participating. You know, I know it's something new. And as Cherry was saying, it's a special type of Tai Chi that we are learning. It's the Tao Calligraphy. And just connecting with that message and that pathway. They also have some research just about calligraphy in general and calligraphy writing that it helps us focus certain parts of our brain, but also relaxes our body. So, you know, we do provide that type of service as well. But I wanted to end today with our short meditation. So this is to kind of calm back, help us calm down again. Because you did some movement and sometimes some mind things because you're learning something new. So don't worry too much about, you know, memorizing anything. So we just want to allow yourself to just feel that message of what you have been tracing. So one of the things is the greatest love, that love, unconditional love. So I want you to just close your eyes and imagine this field around you, 360 degrees, around you, above you, and below you. And imagine the purest, most positive, unconditional love, the aloha coming in from nature, from the universe, coming into your being. And imagine the colors, how that might feel. And you might notice if your body relaxes even more. You're going to inhale, you're going to bring in this peace. So imagine the peace you can imagine from the calligraphies, the word, or even nature, or something that you associate with peace. Bringing that message into your being. You're going to breathe in through your nose. Exhale, let that light go all the way down to your lower abdomen. Cherry was guiding us. Exhale, the body relax. Peace. Bringing in that message of peace. Inhale again. It's love and peace. Exhale. That love and peace relaxes you even more deeply. Bringing this light to your lower abdomen. Now you're going to include the message of harmony. Imagine all of your systems, your organs, your cells, cell units, RNA, DNA, to the smallest tiny matter, and the spaces in between are filled with this beautiful message of love, peace, and harmony. And harmonizing your systems, activating this restorative response, this regenerative response in our cells to make us happier, healthier, more empowered, more enlightened, feeling this love, peace, and harmony. And as we mentioned in our last class last time, as our stress shield, we can just think love, peace, and harmony. Noticing the colors, maybe an image, or a feel of the message of love, peace, and harmony. And notice if you started with an area of stress, just notice that area where you are with that. We did, some of us did our baseline number to checking where you are. Our thoughts, our emotions, our bodily sensations, the feeling, actions, behaviors. But notice how your body is feeling now, where your thoughts are, your emotions. We're going to just inhale again. Love, peace, and harmony. Bring it to your lower abdomen. Exhale, we're going to condense this message, love, peace, and harmony, into our lower abdomen area. As Jamie mentioned, this ball of light like the sun, kind of being a fuel, foundation. We're going to inhale, love, peace, and harmony. Bring it into our being to provide this restful, restorative response. Believe that you are resetting your baseline to be in a more rest and deep rest state so you can restore, rejuvenate, regenerate healthy cells. You can feel happier, healthier. One more time, inhale. Bring it to your lower abdomen. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. We want to train our brains, our hearts, our minds, our bodies to hear these positive messages of love, peace, and harmony. It can remind our bodies to relax, slow down, to go in a state of rest and relaxation, a state of restoration and positive regeneration of healthy cells. And just check in with your body. We're going to just thank our bodies for taking this time and your being for taking this time to be here today, to give yourself that gift to be healthy and happy. So say thank you, thank you, thank you. And allow yourself to just relax. You can just put your hands on your lower abdomen, just gently tap. And when you're tapping, imagine that in your hands you have this message of love, peace, and harmony, this light, love, peace, and harmony. If there's any place in your body that you're needing that support, just tap, gently tap love, peace, and harmony, love, peace, and harmony. I'm breathing that in. And exhale, relax. You can open your eyes when you're ready. Just check in and love to hear if anyone has shifted in the direction that we wanted in greater relaxation. Many of you feel a bit more peaceful, relaxed. Okay, good. Thank you. Yay. Good, great. And we have a lot of different series of these classes that we maybe give smaller doses of wisdom to help you with your stress response, kind of lowering that stress response, and meditations that can help you to train our soul, heart, mind, and body to be in a more peaceful, relaxed state. And so just on the screen, we didn't go to this one, but I have many meditations that we do on our YouTube and our weekly Zoom sessions that we are part of to rest and relax. And you may not be able to see everything. I apologize. I go ahead, save updated versions. But you know, this is like a first step, and I really want to congratulate all of you and thank all of you for being here. Because many times in my profession, I find, and just around, people saying they're stressed, but it's very hard for them. They're too stressed to come to a stress relaxation and management workshop. They're so busy. But taking that first step can really help to reset your whole journey. So for the rest of your, time, you can continue to work on lowering that baseline there. So you can, use your love, peace, and harmony mantra, so to speak, as your stress shield. We have some self-care and stress reduction programs. For those of you who may be interested, we have a wait list for people who may be interested in a longer program, like an 8-session series that you can get to practice it more and get the wisdom, but also the practice to reset our bodies. And we also have these events that we already do. So every Mondays, or the first 3 Mondays of the month, my mother does her love, peace, harmony meditation in the field, as well as these Tao wellness practices that are this Tao calligraphy. But there's also some other foundational practices that she does. And she has a wonderful group of all ages, but particularly seniors find her very inspiring, at her age, still doing this and going. She is, as we said, our role model to be as energetic and open to still grow and, take care of ourselves. We also have on Tuesdays, I do the self-care and service practice, a half-an-hour session in the love, peace, and harmony field. So I share similar information as we do here, but we focus more on the meditation and just small wisdom. And we also have a Tao wellness evening on Thursdays that we have different people. Just this past week, we had Dr. Gina, who is an acupuncturist, and so she shares her wisdom to kind of help people as well. And Chemi, my mother, and I, we kind of rotate there. And we also offer sessions for those of you who don't know where to start. And we have complimentary sessions that we can kind of see where you are on your journey and kind of move you along. And some of the resources that I've used for the session today is a lot of information is from the stress prescription, 7 Days to More Joy and Ease by Alyssa Epple. Again, she is a professor and a research scientist, a psychologist out at UCSF. And we are honored to be volunteers with the Love, Peace, Harmony Foundations, and they provided this wonderful resources of the Love, Peace, and Harmony calligraphies that we practice in our sessions that we really believe provide that extra field of love, peace, and harmony and light to help us to get to a more peaceful state. And I work with the Maui Counseling Group as a licensed psychologist. And so it's important that you can, if you need more support, to contact your local healthcare providers. Jim is an occupational therapist. There's different people in the community who can help you along your way. And so I often talk about service with my self-care and service practices, feeling that they're very integrated. And so if you felt like you benefited from these, we'd love for you to share these sessions. These are complimentary that we give to the community as a service. The Love, Peace, and Harmony Foundation does wonderful charitable work. That QR code actually leads you to a free gift of the music. I think online you might not be able to hear the music, but here in the room, you can hear the instrumental of Love, Peace, and Harmony, which is another resource to just kind of get you into that calm state. And for those of you, that website can lead you to, donations if you feel moved to do so. Okay. So, and to allow us to help you and serve you better, we'd be very grateful for any feedback on our sessions, any topics or areas that people are, needing more support in. And so we do have a form that people can connect with to give us some feedback, and it can be totally anonymous. But if people put their contact information, they are also in our lucky draw, monthly lucky draw for free special service that we do. So thank you, everyone. I wanted to sure. Thank all of you for being here, taking the time to be with us. My mother Annette and my sister Chemi are very honored to be with all of you, and those of you who may be watching the video. Thank you for taking the time for your health and happiness journey. And hopefully we will see you soon and can support you in whatever way that you need. So thank you, everyone. And we wanted to really thank the team here for the wonderful setup that they had and the opportunity that we have to share. And they have such a wonderful spread for those of you here of refreshments. So thank you to the team. So thank you. Aloha.